What's up guys, Shockwave640 here, and today we are going to be taking a look at the 1988 reissue of Krang from the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TV show. And I do want to announce something before I get started on the review. Ice Pig here, who I did review a little while back, you all know how I feel about this figure. I have decided I'm going to give him away. Now, it's not going to be a giveaway because I've already chosen who I want to give it away to, and it is going to be Dalek toys and stuff. Now, Dalek, if you are watching this, the reason I am giving you this figure, you may or may not have him already. Maybe you want a spare one for spare parts or whatever, but I have decided I'm going to give this figure to you because of your generosity and how you have want to actually help me with my channel. I'm very grateful for that, so I figured the best way that I can repay you currently with my current budget and things like that is to just give you one of my older Transformers. Now, I do not have the box to this guy, sadly. If I had the box, I would definitely give that to you as well if you'd wanted it. But, so, yeah, but here's the figure. I am going to include his little mini-con here. So, just get in contact with me about that, and we can email each other, and we can set that up however you feel necessary. So yeah, let's just get started with the review. So setting him off to the side, now let's actually take a look at Krang himself. Now, he does come packaged like this. He comes with the Krang Droid Walker, I believe this thing is called. If I'm wrong, please correct me down in the comment section. I'm not exactly sure what this thing is called. I believe it's just called the Krang Droid Walker, or just the Krang Walker, or something like that. It does come with Krang himself. It does come with a pair of arms, a left and a right arm. It does come with this hose and his little suction cup gun thing that he has. Not exactly sure what this thing is, and it's kind of crappily molded if you look at this side at least, but it's old. I forgive it. But so let's actually get this guy assembled because this is how he comes packaged in the box. Of course, you do want to take his arms and you want to attach them just simply by pushing them on these little pins here, just like so. Attach the other arm like that. You don't have to attach the arms, but they are necessary. You want it to hold his gun, which is right here. Now you just want to plug in the hose. It has two ends. It's got this cone-shaped peg and this actual port section. You want to connect the port section onto that little post right there, just like so. And then you want to connect this right into that little hole in the bottom of the Krang Droid Walker, just like that. And they can come, and that is stressing. Oh man, that's not good at all. I think that's a stress mark. Oh, weird. And it's probably just because this handle, you kind of have to force it into his hand. He's not exactly, doesn't feel like he's actually designed to hold this gun very well. But then you can get him like that, and then you can kind of just angle this arm down and angle this one up like so. Then you can open up the cockpit here, set Krang inside, and then you can kind of close that, but you do kind of have to move his arms a little bit like so. And here we have the Krang in his little vehicle kind of thing. Now, I really do like this thing. Actually, before we get to taking a look at this, actually, here, let me do some size comparisons here. So setting him off to the side, here we have the original 1988 reissue of Raphael. As you can see there he is with the Krang. Not sure if this scale works properly or not. It's been so long since I've seen the show, so maybe it works. I think it looks good to me anyways. On the shelf it looks okay. Here he is with the Lego mock of Optimus Prime that I built. So if you guys want to watch that review, it will be somewhere on my YouTube channel. Here he is with a fellow 1988 toy of, what are you on my finger? Get off. Get off. Get off. Get off. Where'd you go? Are you an Astro Train? I don't know what the heck that thing was, but it was weird. But here he is with Astro Train. So you can see how they look together. Setting out to the side. Here he is with the Dalek from Doctor Who. Not exactly sure what kind of Dalek this is or anything like that. I don't really watch Doctor Who, but I do like the design of the Daleks. But here he is with a little Dalek toy. Just like that. And here he is with Qui-Gon Jinn I'm not exactly sure which action figure this is either, but it's the one that comes with the little cape and the hood, and he had a sheathed lightsaber. I can't even say that word. The lightsaber with the blade not ejected, and then a fully extended lightsaber. So there he is with the Krang. So setting him off to the side. It does not like to stand at all. And I believe that's it. So yeah, let's get here and take a quick look at the details of Krang himself. Closing up that. So here is Krang. Surprisingly, this little guy is actually kind of hefty for being so small. He's very nicely detailed. The white on his teeth could have been done a coat or two more times. The yellow is a little bit sloppy on the eyes, but I don't think it looks all that bad. He does have these really nice looking blue veins all throughout, even on the bottoms of his arms there. So that is very cool. Another thing I really do like about him is his arms are asymmetrical. They are a little bit different. As you can see, these two bottom tentacles are bent a little bit different. And then this tentacle is pointed while this one's rounded, and then the veins are entirely different. It does have this random hole right here. You can fit your finger in it. I don't really know what the purpose of that is. Articulation wise, his little tentacles are on a hinge, so you can get them all the way up, or if you really want to, you can just angle them back like so that you can have him looking like this, if this is the kind of look that you like, or you can just have them going straight up into the air like that, which those kind of look like horns now. Huh, weird. You can angle them straight down if you want to. So yeah, you can do a number of different things with those. I usually just keep them forward, like so. How he fits into the cockpit is you just open it up, set him on the inside. It doesn't actually peg in anywhere or anything like that. You just kind of have to balance him in there. Then you're going to close this cockpit, kind of shift him forward a little bit so that those gaps do go around his arms, and that holds him into place kind of securely. It does kind of just jiggle around a little bit, but oh well. The detail on the walker itself are very nice. Very nice purple and red paint there, and some red and some blues. You got some red and some greens right there. You got some more red. These two hose sections are asymmetrical. It does have some details back here. Would have been nice if these were picked out in paint, especially this red if it continued going all the way across, because it just kind of stopped. Same thing with this little section right up here. It would have been nice if this was painted red, but you can always just do that yourself. Articulation wise, like I said, his arms do go up and down. He kind of looks like he's wearing a ring. Huh, weird. He looks like he's wearing a ring on the other side. I guess he's married. But he does have some nice details on the arms themselves. I'm not entirely big fan of the way the hands look. It just looks like he's wearing gloves. I think he's supposed to be looking like that. I believe that's how he looks in the show, but oh well. The gun's a little bit weird looking too. I'm honestly thinking of just snipping this weird suction cup off because it looks kind of stupid to me. It looks like it's supposed to be like, it looks like a metal detector. Like it's just supposed to be walking around like this. Unless it is supposed to be a metal detector. I honestly don't really know. Please let me down in the comment section below. Don't know a lot about this character. It's been so long since I've seen the show, I just can't remember anything. But going back to the articulation, the legs are on a ratchet. You really only get certain stops. The knees are on a ratchet as well. Same way, they're only certain stops. I recommend extreme caution when bending these because these legs are super thin and these ratchets are very tight, and it just feels like you're flexing plastic a little bit more than you should. And the plastic in these legs, the same with the arms and this hose, are not of the best quality. They feel kind of cheap. But so yeah, he's got really weird looking feet, but I kind of like them honestly. They do look kind of weird, but in a good way. He stands pretty well. He is supposed to be chicken legs because this is the way that it shows him on the box with his legs like that. But he won't stand. Trying to actually get him to do it can be a pain. I've gotten him to do it a few times. You just have to bend the ratchets in a certain way. I think that's how you do it. It might be how you do it. Yeah, that's how you do it. But he usually does not want to stand, and he's also kind of tilted upward a little bit, so I usually just keep the legs straight because it helps him balance a lot better when standing on the shelf. So yeah, that's pretty much it to show on him. The hose is a flexible material, so don't worry about that breaking or anything like that. But So yeah, I really do like him. He does look very cool. I do really like Krang. He's one of my favorite characters from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, along with Raphael and Leonardo. I like Mikey and Donnie. They're just not my favorite of the Turtles. But so yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, that pretty much covers everything. So there he is. Now let's set him up to the side, and we will get to the voting. Now, for today's voting, we have the high grade Gundam Revive. Gundam Revive. That's literally what this Gundam is called, the Gundam Revive. So there's that. We have the high grade Iron Blooded Orphans Gray's Kai, or Gray's Custom, whichever name you prefer. He's very hard to stand. And the high grade Prototype Goof right there. So these are the runner-ups for the review. We have the high-grade Gundam Revive. We have the high-grade Gray's Kai, or Gray's Custom, and the Goof Prototype. High-grade, of course. So there they are. Choose who you want to vote for. The I will always be up there, as usual, for Gundam Revive, Gray's Kai, and the Goof Prototype. Also, another thing I do want to announce is be expecting a big review coming up soon, because I am currently working on a new MOC. Yes, my first large-scale combiner. Let me go grab him real quick, because he's quite big. I don't have him nearly done yet, but here he is. Okay, I'm not even going to tell you guys who this is supposed to be. I want you guys to actually guess. His chest is a little bit wonky. It's kind of hard to get aligned. I want you guys to guess who this is supposed to be. So this is all I have so far. I do have the frame for the next arm already done, with all of his fingers and such. Still currently building it, but here is the frame. And I'm keeping this guy to a minimal parts forming level. The limbs are going to be able to transform, but so far the body will not, in order to improve on stability. The body is just going to be a single core object, but the limbs will be able to transform, and the only parts forming they really have to do so far is the head. You have to take off their head in order to connect them, because they do clip in. Right in there you can see where it does connect to where the head is supposed to be, right there on the neck joint, to connect onto the shoulders here. That's the only parts forming you have to do, because they didn't really want to have to work in a complex mechanism for the actual combiner peg and the combiner port, just because it would have made the stability a lot weaker, and he would have suffered overall. So guess down in the comment section who you think this is going to be. Don't forget to vote up top. And so yeah, guys, that was pretty much it. I do hope you liked the review of Krang here. I really like this toy. I did purchase this at my local Toys R Us for roughly, let me get that out of the camera, for roughly $11. Him and Raphael both. They were both $11.99 each. So about $10 or $11, maybe $12, just depending on where you go. They didn't have any of the other original Turtles. They just had Krang, who I knew I had to get, and they had the original Raphael. The rest of them were like the random weird ones, had like skateboards and random kind of weird looking armor. I didn't want any of them. They didn't have Bebop or Rocksteady, who I also wanted, but they didn't have them. They didn't have Mutagen Man, who I really want. They didn't have Shredder or any of the Foot Ninjas, who I all want to get. So I will be trying to get those eventually, because I really, really want them, especially Mutagen Man. The rest of the Ninja Turtles, the original Ninja Turtles, like this one here, and Shredder, and maybe a Foot Ninja or two. Maybe Splinter too. If I see him, I will pick him up, but I'm gonna keep the other guys as my top priority. So, yeah, guys, I am Shockwave640, and I will be seeing you later. Thanks for watching. Peace.